Hi, this is Keith Weaver with the Top Executive Strategy Podcast, where CEOs, COOs, and business owners share strategies for better success. This is 6 questions in 9 minutes because the best strategies are concise business advice. And we're going to be concise and get right to our guest today with question number one. In a few sentences, tell us who you are and what you do.
Hi there, and thank you so much for this opportunity, Keith. So I am Phyllis Benstein, and I am an international speaker and a beauty age management specialist, helping you age gracefully and safely. I educate worldwide about the toxins in your beauty, self-care, and wellness products and what to avoid. And I have a line of toxin-free, gluten-free, vegan hair care, skincare, pet care, and wellness. And I spent 25 years as an electrical engineer in corporate America. And I'm happy to say that I'm now on the other side and helping others detox their products, their life, and even their career.
Well, and as you indicated, a long history and career. And I hope people that don't know you check you out a little bit because it is a fascinating background that you have. So, and we're so
Thank you.
happy to have you here. So, question number two, what's the best thing about being a business leader?
So, what I love about being a leader is really paying it forward. So, using my experience, my skills, my tool set, and enlightening others, and really showing them the way to a better life, to their, completing their dreams and goals, whether it be in business or personal life.
Well, and that's the thing. What you're doing in business can obviously make an impact on people's personal lives and other places. So, that's awesome. All right. So, question number three. I hear from other business leaders that a lot of times their people strategy can be more challenging in running their business than their actual business strategy. Your thoughts?
This is a great question. So that's why I'm not in corporate America anymore. I totally, absolutely agree with this one. So, you know what? I'm technically sound. I'm a brainiac, a math whiz, but the work was easy in corporate America. But what wasn't was the negative attitudes, the egos that preceded people. And, I knew that there was something more for me out there than that type of people geared environment. And really, corporate America uses people to build their businesses. And I'm all about building up people to thrive in their own businesses.
Well said. And you're right. If you're in a toxic environment, it makes a world of difference for you as an individual and other people, obviously, in that environment. So question number four, what strategy would you like to share with other business leaders today?
So really, it's about never settling for less than what you really want and what you really deserve. So I rose up the corporate ladder very, very quickly. I gathered the tools, I studied the next step that I needed to rise in my corporation, and I kept gathering those experiences and those tool sets. And I got 7 promotions in my first 14 years of being an electrical engineer. But, about halfway through that career, I began to evaluate where I was. And I really looked at my personal and life goals against my corporate goals. And I also looked to see if they were in alignment with my core values. And they just kept getting further and further and further apart. But you can imagine that in 25 years of being an electrical engineer, and I did go into leadership right away, or management, what they called it, but I had an edge for leadership. I actually started a group for women engineers in my company so that they could collaborate, and they had a support system. But I had gathered this skill set, and I just became more and more unhappy. And I actually got sick from that environment. So what I did was I did that gap analysis, and this is huge for everyone. Everyone should do a checkup every year that they're working. Are you in alignment with your core values? Are you still having fun? Are you making a difference? Are you making a difference that you want to make in your company and in the world? So for me, that wasn't happening anymore. So the strategy is to make a list of what you love to do, make a list of what your core values are, and where do they intersect, and how can you monetize that. And I can tell you that I wake up every day loving what I do and ready to do what I love. And there isn't any more negativity. I'm my own boss. So I absolutely love it. But I started a second career at 50, and I'm a degreed individual. And in engineering, they tell you to get another degree and go to another company. Well, that wasn't for me. So there is a process to doing this. And I am writing a book about going from employee to entrepreneur, which will come out later in the year. That's strategies and steps to help people do this type of gap analysis and then really go on to live the life of their dreams.
And that's an incredible strategy, and one that's very much needed in our society and in our world. It seems like a lot of people don't do that kind of gap analysis, and it can be a little intimidating and fearful because, you know, if you do realize, wow, there's those gaps there, what do I do about it now? That's not easy. Making a career change that you made and doing things like that can be very scary for a lot of people. So
It
it's
can. I went from, I always joke about it. I went from geek to chic. I mean, I did a total turnaround from technical to the beauty and wellness field.
yeah. Well, and it took some guts, and obviously it's paid off for you, not only in your success, but also, like you said, in your happiness and the way you approach your life. So congratulations on that. That's
Thank
just
you.
incredible. So question number 5, what other successful business owners or CEOs like yourself would you like to maybe acknowledge, do a shout out to, or you think would be good on the podcast?
You know, I really have to give out a shout out to Judy Feldhausen for connecting us. She's one of my trusted friends and advisors, power partners. And I think you've talked to her. Another one is Carol Wozniak. She is my friend, my travel person when we were able to travel, masterminding. She's the connection expert. And then there's a few other women, Jean Lavallee, who runs a women's organization, Women Entrepreneurs Secret of Success, which I run a Denver chapter of. So those women are very, very special in my life and my business world as well.
Well, it sounds like you surround yourself with great people, which is a sign of, you know, true success as well. So question number 6, just kind of a final fun question. Tell me about one of your favorite past bosses.
So I had a history of not being happy with my bosses, but if I think way back to when I was in high school, I worked at a naked furniture store, refinishing furniture. And that's still my favorite boss. He was positive, uplifting, spiritual, and he really took the time to show all his employees, you know, how to be the best they can be, how to treat the customers right. I think I learned more in the year that I worked from him about business and customer service than I did in a lot of the years following.
Well, that's awesome, but it's also a little sad that
It is a little sad.
so, but that is a cool
Between
story.
when I left corporate and there was a lot of bosses in between.
Well, I'm glad you're in a much better place right now, and it's been a pleasure having you on, hearing your story. I hope people will check out more about it and learn more. Before we leave, can you tell people how they can connect with you?
Yes, I would love it if you went over to my website, phyllismarlene.com. There's different pages on there. You can get in touch with me if you want to schedule me to speak. I have my products on there from Monat Global and other resources. So I would love to connect with you. Please reach out.
Well, and I hope the listeners do. And again, thank you for being here. And this is Keith Weaver with the Top Executive Strategy Podcast. And for more insights and to follow us, you can find us at Weaver Business Coaching, find us on LinkedIn. And of course, you can listen to us on your favorite podcast platform. And we wish you all the best success.